Hey, little spoiler warning for you before we get started. Anything from the books we've already covered can and will be discussed. So that's anything for Percy Jackson and the Olympians, and also The Lost Hero. So that does include spoilers for the Sea of Monsters, so if you haven't done the pre-reading, be warned. Welcome back to Demigod Debut. I'm Mal, Paul Blofis truther and longtime Percy Jackson fan.
And I'm Julie, Percy Jackson newbie, and Clarisse, apologist?
Yes! Yes!
Oh no, just kidding. But she did get me in this. At the end of the episode, I was like, Clarisse redemption? She got me at the end. She did get me at the end.
Incredible.
But I'm sure she'll ruin it in the next episode. Somehow.
I have faith that Clarisse will not ruin it until she does her bullshit Achilles thing in season 5.
But she was annoying me in the beginning of the episode, but she got me at the end. I was like, wait a second. Okay. So I had to bait you a little bit with that.
Listen, even this, I'm like elated. This is the best news. Yeah, so what an episode this was. I just kept thinking like, oh wow, none of this is in the book.
Yeah, I was like, wait a second. Am I like goldfish memory or am I crazy? I don't remember any of this.
No, I think there just comes a point in any adaptation you make of Sea of Monsters where you just kind of have to start writing fan fiction because the movie did it, now this is doing it. But in a way, it is almost freeing because now I can like engage with this as something else. I feel
like without like worrying about how faithful it is to the text.
Yeah, because it's like, okay, well, this is totally different, so I don't even have to worry about like, oh, this is what the book is. And you know what? I mean, the bar is in hell, but at least Kronos didn't eat Luke, right? I feel like that just needs to be like my mantra going forward and be like, hey, I don't know if I loved this change, but you know, Kronos didn't eat Luke.
Yeah.
That's still the most like unhinged thing that the movies did, I think. So, like, this at least is, like, a good fanfic. Like, this is... I would send this fanfic to my friends, is the thing. It feels a little bit like we're getting from point A to point B in this episode, rather than, like, doing anything super groundbreaking plot-wise, but I don't know. I still had fun. What did you think?
Well, you know I love a good action sequence, and we had some good ones in this episode, so this was a good one for me. I liked it.
Yes, there were a lot of good sword fights.
Also, Luke totally got me at the end, too. Like, I was having, like, a big moment for my enemies in this episode. I was like, they're getting me.
Oh, no. Becoming a Clarisse and a Luke sympathizer?
Crazy.
Who are you?
Who am I?
Yeah. Okay, so I did write out a little summary of what this episode would kind of look like in the book, just because I was like, is it really as different as I think it is? And it pretty much is. In the book, and this will be I guess I can't promise this will be the only time I bring up the book, but like I feel like I will bring up the book less. So in the book, they wash up on Miami Beach and then send Clarisse to the airport with the fleece. After Clarisse is gone, Luke then shows up, captures Annabeth, Percy, and Tyson, and takes them to the Princess Andromeda. So Clarisse never goes to the Princess Andromeda. And then, as they're on the Princess Andromeda, Percy does, like, a sneaky iris message to Mr. D to get Luke to admit to poisoning the tree so that we could clear Chiron's name and bring him back to camp. And then Chiron and the party ponies ride in to rescue them. And that's sort of what happens in the book. So, very different here, point being. So, the only thing that we don't have a direct, like, change for, it feels like, is the clearing of Chiron's name. So I am very interested to see how we sort of forgive Chiron and bring him back to camp. Especially considering he was just fired for being the son of Kronos, you know?
Yeah.
So it did give me a little giggle because last week we were like, oh, it'd be really fun to see like an Annabeth dream. Like, we haven't really seen Annabeth dream. And then we open with an Annabeth dream / vision of sorts. In it, we have Chiron talking about Thalia, you know, making the ultimate sacrifice and her spirit protecting them now. And once again, I'm just confused how there was not protection at camp until Thalia died. Like, no one has ever sacrificed themselves for their friends coming to camp. Like, it just, I need more lore on the camp boundaries. Like, does someone have to die every few years to, like, charge it up, or...
Also, in this little bit, like, Luke is just like, he's not asking like dumb questions, but they kind of sound like dumb questions. Like, because he's not like processing like what happened. And I just thought it was very funny. Just him in the background where you just see baby Annabeth like staring at the trees. You just have him in the background, like, what the hell is going on? What do you mean? All this stuff.
I mean, listen, I think if I was 14 and my, like, one best friend, all of a sudden people were like, oh yeah, she's a tree now, I would also be crashing out, emo bangs.
No,
like...
totally justified reaction, but I just thought it was so funny. Like, I don't know, the way it played, he says so dumb.
No, it is funny. Also, I don't think we brought it up in our episode 4 episode, but baby Annabeth is in a Yankees shirt. Does this make you feel maternal towards her?
Absolutely. That is my baby, and she will be raised a Bronx Bombers fan. Thank you.
It is kind of interesting, though, considering, like, she's from Virginia. I mean, that we know of, unless...
Listen, we're everywhere, baby. You can't limit us just to the tri-state area.
The Yankees fans are everywhere. I've never really thought that, like, oh, Annabeth is a Yankees fan. It was just like, the hat is a Yankees hat because she lives in New York and it's like a good hiding in plain sight, like the pen for the sword, you know? But, like, the baby Yankee shirt does suggest that Annabeth is, in fact, into the Yankees. So, do you think Annabeth would have a favorite Yankees player, and who would it be?
Okay, give me a time. Yes, but I need like a time frame. Like, what are we thinking? Like, this is happening around.
Well, you know, that's a great question, because what about, like...
They have smartphones in this series. I think Aries had or somebody had a smartphone.
Yeah, Aries did have a smartphone. I think it's kind of like, because Aries was fighting with people on Twitter. So,
yeah,
it's like vaguely modern. So I guess we could go from like 5-10 years back from now.
I'm gonna say, I might go Jeter. I might go Derek Jeter. Like, because he's like, you know, the quintessential Yankees captain.
Right, yeah.
And he was known as like he wasn't like implicated in like the steroid era or anything. And I feel like Annabeth would be like very anti-steroid.
Yeah.
So agree. She would not like A-Rod, I don't think. Or I don't think A-Rod would be her favorite.
Yeah, I mean, I was gonna be like, maybe Jeter, because that's like the one Yankee I know.
He was captain, yeah.
I think often of the quote from Brooklyn Nine-Nine that's like, you embarrassed me in front of Derek Jeter. You embarrassed yourself in front of Derek Jeter. I don't know why, but I think of that often. So, baby Annabeth, Yankees fan confirmed. I'm also a big fan of in this dream, Chiron being like, and Zeus in his mercy honored her bravery by giving her a new form of life. Like, Zeus in his mercy? It kind of made me snort the same way that, like, Polyphemus last episode saying that, like, your father is merciful to Clarisse. It's like, the gods aren't merciful. It also, everyone's just, like, standing there really awkwardly in this scene. Like, it looks like the emoji of the guy just, like, standing there. Everyone's just, like, standing there.
Yeah.
Which, like, fair. This is something that probably hasn't happened before. We don't know how often people were turning into trees, but, like, it's a new and unique situation. I would also be just, like, standing there like, I don't know what to do right now. So, great acting by these children.
Fair enough.
And, you know, the most important part of this dream, we have Thalia's voice tell Annabeth, hey kid, let's get out of here. And then there's like a bright glowing crack in the tree. And so this is what suggests to her that, like, Thalia could come back from the dead if they put the fleece on the tree.
Mm-hmm.
Sure, fine. Still don't know how I feel about them knowing this at this point instead of it being a surprise, but, you know, this is a fan fiction and I'm rolling with it. I'm seeing where we're going, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, in real life, in modern day, Annabeth is tied up to a bed in their little, like, storage area training room thing. And Luke really could have given her nicer accommodations.
Yeah, a bit odd, wasn't it?
But I mean, also just like with the way that Allison seems to feel about her, I understand wanting her out of the way, but also like it feels naive of Luke to just like leave her by herself. Especially like one, knowing who Annabeth is, like I would expect that Annabeth is gonna get out.
Right.
And then also like knowing the people that you're working with, like how can you be sure that she's gonna be safe? Like it doesn't feel like a good move from Luke.
Yeah.
And I also was a little shocked that she still had the fleece on her. I was really sure that Luke, as soon as she was not in like mortal danger anymore, would have taken that fleece and given it to Kronos.
Yeah, we're getting kind of a softer Luke than I was expecting.
Yeah, and it's very like Luke feels almost unsure here.
Mm-hmm.
Like it feels like he is unsure of what he's doing. Like perhaps Annabeth and Percy are getting to him with some of the points that they're making about not being able to trust Kronos and all these things. But also I fear that Luke is already in over his head and will not be like there's no way out at this point.
Yeah, but he's definitely like shaken here, I think.
Yeah. So Allison kind of yoinks the fleece off of Annabeth finally.
God, she's so annoying.
I know I hate to hate women, but she's annoying.
Is this the part where she was like, or is it later, where she's like, she threw me off the ship and then tried to blow it up? Because he was like, Annabeth's not the enemy. And then she was like, she tried to kill me. And I'm like, get over it, girl.
Oh.
God.
Yeah, no, that's a little bit later. But then
Okay.
I'm like, okay. Okay. Annabeth did not throw you off the ship. You fell off the ship. You like charged her and fell off. Like that was on you, girly pop.
Mm-hmm.
And then Annabeth didn't try to blow up the ship. Tyson did.
Yeah.
Annabeth had nothing to do with that bomb. Because if it was Annabeth, she would have gotten the job done.
Hell yeah.
Also, the Princess Andromeda has docked off the coast of Long Island.
Crazy.
And the man who is in charge of this dock, what is this man's job title? I was like, what is this guy's job?
I kind of want.
Yeah, I want to be in charge of the Long Island dock.
Mm-hmm.
Except for when the cruise ship rolls up, because I'm sure that this is very stressful for this poor man because they don't take boats this big and whatever. All we get of our sort of hero quartet here, Percy, Tyson, Clarisse, Grover arriving is like seeing the hippocampi swim away.
Mm-hmm.
So, not a whole lot of hippocampi in the season, but also considering the fact that like early on I was like, oh, did they just give us Rainboat
Yeah.
in play? Like I'm glad we got the hippocampi at all, point being. And so we meet another member of Team Luke. We meet Aiden. What a white man name.
So true.
And so Aiden is apparently a son of Aphrodite because he has charm speak, which is like not revealed until later, but I bring it up now because I'm like, why is he not using the charm speak to make the dock captain man
Relax.
like Piper can convince people to do anything?
Mm-hmm.
Why is he not using it for the dock man?
I don't know. It's like, get it together, dude.
Like you could convince the dock man to let you land there, like it'd be fine.
Yeah. Get an issue.
Yeah, exactly. Piper could do it better. I'm just saying.
Mm-hmm.
So then Allison calls for him, but turns out, it's not Allison at all. It is Tyson. Gotta say, I did really enjoy watching Clarisse grab this little white boy by his jacket and like slam him against the wall. I was like, hell yeah, girl. Icon. And, I can think of another child of Aphrodite she'd like to do that too, possibly in a kissing way. Who said that? Anyway, but I did consider, because Clarisse is the one who like clocks that he is using charm speak. Like she tells him later to cut it out with the charm speak. And it does make me wonder if, does she know what charm speak is because of Selena?
Mm.
Because it's never actually confirmed in the books that Selena has charm speak, but a lot of people sort of headcanon that she does because of the way that she is able to wake up, the bronze dragon in the short story with just her voice. They're like, she's got to have charm speak. And you know what? I'm here for it.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. But yeah, I have to make it about Selena because this is our first Aphrodite representation and I Aiden has let us down. Aiden has let me down.
Yeah. He is a fail son of Aphrodite.
I guess, though, it is a little bit better than the way that the Aphrodite cabin is portrayed in the books, because they're very, just stereotypical. Like, he at least is using his powers for evil rather than just, like, using his powers for makeup. So
Fair.
it's a low bar. It's a low bar. But
But
Aphrodite kids can be a little evil. It's fine.
it's fine. That's also what makes him a little bit hot, let's be honest.
You thought he was hot?
No, but like in general. Like evil
Oh,
women,
okay.
hot.
Oh, yes.
Evil men are not hot. Evil men are evil.
Agreed. Also, I think I've been reading and consuming too much, like, romance media, because when this man was like, "Oh, Percy Jackson, I'm a big fan. We should go somewhere and talk," I was like, "Ayo?"
Gay.
I mean, a little bit. It's a little bit gay.
Yeah, that's so fair.
The other thing, the way that Tyson starts tying this man up to a chair does not seem strong whatsoever.
He's using, it looks like a phone cord or something.
Yes, it was like, this looks like the thinnest rope, and then the way he's just kind of wrapping him in it, I'm like, Tyson, what are you doing?
Yeah. Come on. Like,
I think at some point in the books, Percy has, like, knot powers. It's probably in this book that Percy, when he's sailing, he has, like, knot powers, like, as in tying knots.
mhm.
So I guess that is not a Poseidon power that Tyson has developed yet. It is clearly Tyson's first kidnapping hostage situation. You're doing great, sweetie, but I do have some notes.
Yeah.
Percy and Clarisse also cannot agree what they need to do. She wants to focus on the fleece. He wants to focus on Annabeth. No one is surprised. And Grover comes and says he can't contact camp because Iris didn't accept his offering. And Team Kronos says later that Zeus has shut down communications. And they say the whole thing about, like, well, isn't that going to hurt Zeus's own people? And then it's like, well, it's Zeus. He doesn't care. Like, I'm like, what's the truth? Like, has Zeus really shut down communications?
Yeah.
I mean, it wouldn't be the first time, because, well, I mean, I guess timeline-wise it would be the first time, but, like, from where we are sitting in terms of, like, publishing, we have already seen The Lost Hero, in which Zeus has gone, like, radio silent, has said that the gods aren't communicating anymore. So, like, cutting off communication is, like, it's a Zeus move,
Mhm.
but it's also, like, it feels so early for that.
Yeah.
Because then I'm like, maybe it's also Kronos, but I don't think Kronos at this point has the power to do that, so maybe it actually is Zeus?
Very strange.
I don't know. And the Percy Clarisse conflict here, I think, is so good. Because I don't think either of them is wrong. They're just choosing different sides of an impossible choice.
Mhm.
Like, I mean, we've brought up the trolley problem, but, like, that's literally what it is. It's like choosing Annabeth or choosing camp. And, like, when you boil it down like that, I mean, it seems pretty obvious that, like, you should save, the most people that you can, but also, like, it's Annabeth.
Yeah.
It's Annabeth and I love her, much like Percy. So it's like both sides of this conflict are, like, right, but also wrong, Like, so good. Then in, like, a really bitchy move, Percy shoves her prophecy in her face, which I did not love.
I loved it. I gotta be honest. I was like, get her ass, Percy.
I mean, he's not wrong, but it is also, like,
It's very mean,
very mean.
but I loved it.
I was like, she opened up to you on that ship, and you're gonna shove it in her face? God, Percy. Because he tells her, maybe your prophecy was right, and you are gonna fail because you push everyone away. Ugh. And, like, I do think she needed to hear that. I don't know if she needed to hear it like that, but I do think it is a lesson that she needs to learn.
Yeah.
I do appreciate Clarisse's move here, though, where she's like, okay, so, like, what's your plan? And gets Percy to tell her exactly where to go, and then she takes the key card from him and dips. Incredible. And so he goes off to find another key card, and he gives Grover and Tyson the side quest of finding them a ride back to camp. And honestly, their little side quest is probably my favorite part of the episode.
It was fun.
For a lot of reasons that we will get into.
Tyson hotlining the car. I love that.
Oh, incredible. One last thing on this, because just so much to unpack. Aiden says it's going to be easier than they thought to win this war, kind of implying because, like, they're fighting, it'll be easy to take them down. But I also think, like, Team Kronos is having some trouble in Paradise as well, because Luke and Allison are definitely having a power struggle
Mhm.
as well. Like, neither side can agree what to do here.
Right.
So then we cut to Luke and our fun coffin. He's also still got Annabeth's knife, which, give it back.
Yeah, that's not yours.
And Allison shows up with the fleece and kind of gives Luke a hard time for leaving with Annabeth that long. This is when she calls her, the enemy. Honestly, the most important thing to me in this scene is that the fleece matches the, like, gold marbling on the coffin really well.
Can I just say something that might be a hot take?
Please.
I think the marble and marble in general is so tacky. Like, I hate it.
Oh.
This is like totally unrelated, but we've been looking at like houses, and anytime I see a marble countertop, I'm like, no, I hate this. I think it's so ugly.
Interesting. I mean, I have to say I think the coffin is an interesting choice as well. More just because it was not what I was expecting
Mm-hmm.
it to be. Like, I think I was always picturing, like, a more Egyptian
Like
style,
a
like,
sarcophagus,
sarcophagus
yeah.
type of thing. Yeah. So it being this, like, big rock thing is very
It's like something you
interesting.
get on Wayfair. Like, that's what it is.
Yeah, because the marbling of it as well. Because sometimes I think, like, when you have real marble, like, rocks are cool,
Mm-hmm.
rocks are beautiful.
Yeah.
When you get, like,
Yeah.
a fake marble or, like, something that is designed to look like marble, a lot of times it
Yeah.
looks kind of cheesy, and I feel like the coffin kind of leans in that direction.
Like it was like wrapped in a marble like vinyl paper or something.
Yes.
Like people wrap their countertops or their walls in. Like that's the vibe I get from it.
Yeah, a little bit.
It's giving like Shein or however the hell you say it.
Yes, a little bit. And it's like, Kronos, I think you could afford a better coffin.
Yeah, what the hell?
This is what you get for picking a teenage boy to
Yeah.
be in charge of your whole thing.
At least pick a gay teenage boy. Like, come on.
Put Aiden in there.
Yeah.
I guess we shouldn't assume things about Aiden, but, like, the way he was flirting with Percy, I gotta assume some things,
You know, it's giving off a vibe, that's all I'll say.
Basically, this episode does a lot of, like, fast cuts to, like, what everyone is doing all the time. So we get a lot of, like, short little scenes. So now it's time for us to check in on Clarisse. Obsessed with the way that she walks into this, like, I don't know, it seems almost like an employee break room of sorts, like, because there's the lockers and all the weapons and then, like,
Mm-hmm.
a table. I love that she just walks in there and starts eating their snacks.
You know what? Same. She probably worked up an appetite. When was the last time they ate?
Well, yeah, that's what I was thinking, because I was like, the last time that we have seen food on screen was when Percy was making that sandwich in episode 4 on the boat.
Mm-hmm.
At least in reference to Clarisse. But I also don't think Percy and Annabeth had food at like the spa or anything, right?
I don't think so.
Yeah. But I mean, Clarisse, went straight from the boat explosion to washing up on Polyphemus' island and guaranteed he was not feeding them. So she is probably incredibly hungry, not to mention the concussions. So, like, she needs some fuel.
Get this girl some food. Also, makeup impeccable.
Oh, yeah.
Like, she's not oily. Like, nothing is, like, pilling. Like, she looks great.
She really does. Girl, what is your setting
Mhm.
spray? Give us a rec.
Girl, drop the routine. What primer? What spray?
Yeah.
What lip combo is staying on through a boat explosion? That's what I would like to know.
Yeah. She probably got a real good, like, lip stain situation.
Yeah.
So we get a very brief glimpse into Percy, and we get our first sort of glimpse at Blackjack. And then we're kind of back to Clarisse really quick. This is where we get our Zeus has shut down the Iris messages. Is this true? I mean, probably, but also I wouldn't be surprised if it's not. I don't know. I want to find, like, I hope they give us more on the Iris message thing.
I don't think they will, to be honest.
I don't either. I don't know when they would.
I think they were just looking for a convenient way to, like, figure out how they were gonna, like, do Grover and Tyson's, like, story.
I know, they were like, we have to get Sally Jackson in here. And you know what? I agree.
Fair enough.
Then we get Percy locking the Team Kronos girl in the bar. which is fun. And we get a what the which is closer to swearing than I thought we were ever going to get in the show, other than like damn next season.
Yeah.
And they're keeping Blackjack in a tent. Doesn't feel like the best way to keep a Pegasus to me. And we don't get we don't get a voice for Blackjack. We also don't get subtitles. We kind of just get Percy talking to him.
You know, this was also a complaint I had with like the guinea pigs. Like, I want them to talk. Even the subtitles weren't enough for me. I'm like, give them cute little voices or something. Like,
yeah, you don't want to read.
Well, it's like you just kind of get a little bit of dead air.
Yeah.
You know? And it's strange.
Yeah.
Like, because you know me, I'm not anti-subtitles. I always have subtitles on things. But, like, with subtitles, you still have, like, audio in the background.
Yeah.
So, like, I want voices for the animals.
Well, and I'm thinking, like, even when Tyson and Polyphemus were talking in ancient Greek last episode, they at least were saying something. So, like, even if you had the guinea pigs having, like, a squeaking conversation or something with the subtitles.
There's noise. There's sound.
Yeah, there's something that, like, sounds like talking.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, I guess there kind of is with Blackjack, because he's kind of, like, whinnying, but it's also, like, I don't know.
Give him a voice.
I want him to have the most New York voice, because I need him to be like, hey, boss!
Yeah.
Where are we going? It's also, like, the way that Percy just doesn't even register that this is, this is not a thing. He just talks to this horse, and it's not explained, like, has he always done this? Like, has he always known that he can talk to horses? Like, is this just something that he thinks everyone can do?
Mm-hmm.
Does he know that this is, like, what's
going on?
I need more information. What? He does at least free Blackjack here, which is lovely and great.
Mm.
I do enjoy this being a more conscious thing, because I said I wasn't going to bring up the book, but I'm going to bring up the book. In the book, I actually didn't promise. I was like, I'm probably going to bring up the book again. But in the book, Jack sort of gets away in the chaos, and it's sort of like a throwaway, like, oh, the horse got away, and then all of a sudden you see Blackjack again in the third book, and Percy's like, oh, we kind of, like, let Blackjack out on Luke's ship. And I remember reading that as a kid and being like, wait, what? There was a Pegasus? Because also, like, as we know, I miss details, and Blackjack escaping was a detail that I missed. So I'm glad that it's like a decision to release Blackjack.
Mm-hmm.
Also, then the Kronos demigods are playing mytho magic.
Nerds.
Yeah, absolutely. And, like, it's fun, but also I think if this was my life, I would want to play games that didn't have anything to do with being a demigod.
Yeah, let me play normal people games. Thank you.
Yeah, like, I wouldn't want to think more about this. Yeah. Also, still no seaweed brains this season, but we do get a wise girl, because Percy, in his hat, says, wise girl. Boo. Hate that. And then he cuts Annabeth free, and he also drops a little bit of lore. He says the hat is itchy. You don't know this, and it's not really even a spoiler, but this piece of lore comes from the Chalice of the Gods, in which Percy wears the hat for what he says is the first time, which is, it's not the first time. Percy wears the hat in Titan's Curse and also in Battle of the Labyrinth, so it's at least the third time that he's wearing this hat. But he says that it feels really itchy, and he's kind of like, why would Athena give Annabeth this hat that's, like, feels itchy and terrible? Like, I don't know, I appreciated getting that lore, because I was like, hey! Chalice of the Gods! And so Percy wants to get Annabeth out. Like I thought last episode, Annabeth is more concerned with the fleece and is kind of upset that he is so focused on her.
She does have, like, a little bit of smile on her face, though.
She does. I think she's, like, secretly like, oh, he cares about me.
She's right, the fleece is more important. With, like, this little coy smile on her face. Like, girl, we see you.
The fleece is important, but also it's, like, making me a little bit happy that you care about me.
Yeah.
But then also, like, I'm thinking about just how important Annabeth is, because, like, in the short term, yes, the fleece is the most important thing. But in the long term, Annabeth is the most important thing, because, lest we forget, Annabeth is the mortal tether Achilles spot for both Luke and Percy. And that is incredibly important for the ultimate downfall of Kronos. Like, she is that girl. She is that girl.
Mm-hmm.
And then Percy kind of lurks invisibly when Luke comes in, and Luke and Annabeth have kind of their first interaction in a while. she says, "Oh, you brought me my dagger back." And he said, "Well, it was mine first." So, lore, cuz also I don't think that's something that Percy finds out until he starts having the visions of their past. Like I think that's a 5th book situation.
Mhm.
And I did not like Luke saying, the fleece is healing Kronos right now, all thanks to Percy. He defied the will of the gods, handing it over. Like, Percy wasn't thinking about the gods. And that's exactly what Annabeth says. Like, she's like, that's not why he did it.
Mhm.
I have one complaint here, and it is that I feel no urgency. And I don't know if it's just the fact that I know that, like, okay, obviously, we're not going to bring back Kronos in this season,
Mhm.
but there's like no part of me, even though Luke is like, oh yeah, the fleece is on Kronos right now, there's no part of me that's like, oh my god, we have to go get the fleece. I'm just kind of like, all right, yeah, the fleece is on Kronos. Like, nobody seems that stressed about it.
Yeah. I mean, I wonder if it's different for like people who, or like I guess kids or other people who haven't read the book or the series. But you're right, they're not even like really acting like it's that urgent, you know?
Yeah. I mean, the only sort of sense of urgency is it seems like Percy is maybe slightly urgent because there's like he like opens the door and leaves, and Luke hears that and whatever, and like, the door opening is Percy leaving to go and get the fleece. So, I guess maybe there is a sense of urgency, but it's sort of an off-screen urgency that doesn't necessarily translate to the audience. Like I don't know, just like it doesn't feel that important.
Yeah.
But I did get a little bit of a giggle when Annabeth is like, you have to get the fleece off the sarcophagus, and Luke's like, I can't do that. And she goes, yeah, you can. Just take it off and bring it to me.
So easy.
Easy.
What? Like it's hard?
And then we get our Tyson hot wiring a truck moment. I actually just need Grover to be in little duos doing little side quests, because honestly, like, my favorite parts of this season have been like Grover and Clarisse in the cave, and then Grover and Tyson trying to figure out a ride back to camp. Like, just these Grover duos are so good and so delightful to me. Like, I'm having a great time.
I love them.
And so Tyson has no problem hot wiring the car. Then he like slides over to try to make Grover drive. And Grover's like, I can't drive. And so Tyson, in all his hero worship of Percy, is like, I bet Percy can drive. And Grover starts having like war flashbacks and is like, absolutely not.
And you know what? Fair.
Yeah.
He's right.
He is so right. He's also already told the hippocampi that they can go because they don't like to be this far north, so we really don't have a whole lot of options. And so Tyson decides that they should call the strongest and wisest person he knows. So of course, we are calling Percy and Tyson's godly parent, Sally Jackson.
Hell yes.
So cut to her in this like little grocery store. And my first thought looking at this, I was like, oh my gosh, this doesn't look like New York City. And then I was like, oh, is she in Montauk? And then I was like, well, yeah, of course she's in Montauk, because if she had to drive all the way from New York City, that would be incredibly inconvenient. But if she's already in Montauk, she can give us a ride. So I did clock that
Mhm.
she was in Montauk before they like panned outside of the store and showed us the sign. And so on the phone, Tyson is such a cutie patootie.
I love him so much.
He's just gushing about how great camp is, even though he hasn't been at camp in days. Then he's like, can you give us a ride? And they try to lie and say they were on a field trip. But Sally, of course, and she even says, I've been mother to a demigod for 13 years and mother to a cyclops for 1. By the way, the fact that she considers herself Tyson's mom is very important to me.
Yes.
But point being, you cannot lie to her. She knows what's up. Also, for some reason, I started thinking about like Sally has been a mother to a demigod for almost 14 years at this point, because Percy's about to turn 14 at the end of the summer.
Mm-hmm.
Because like I always kind of forget that he's an old 12 in The Lightning Thief. He's about to be 13. He's an old 13, about to be 14 in Sea of Monsters. So, not that it really matters, but I was thinking about it. And I also love like the side eye she gets from the cashier as she's talking about being a mom to a demigod and a cyclops. Incredible. And then Kronos apparently speaks to Allison. We don't actually hear what Kronos says, but she says it will be done.
Can I just make a note? So I know we don't hear Kronos' voice here, but we've heard it like multiple times throughout the episode. I was really expecting it to be deeper.
I mean, it's
Like it's creepy, but it's not like god monster. It's not giving like really old, like eternal being to me.
Are you wanting a Hades town dude
Yeah,
voice?
but like almost like even like darker, if that makes sense. Like this Kronos voice gives me like Grim Reaper vibes. Like that's what he
Mm,
sounds like to me. And I want something like more, I don't know, that
yeah,
just sounds
okay.
like not human. Like he sounds too much
Yeah.
like a human,
Okay.
if that makes sense. Like,
I think that's fair. I think I'm just very used to this voice because it was kind of the same in season 1, so this is
mm-hmm,
just kind of I'm like, yep, this is Kronos' voice. All right, so we're back to Annabeth and Luke again, and Luke does not want Camp to get the fleece because he wants them to surrender and kind of thinks if they have the fleece, they'll want to fight. And then Annabeth explains her vision of Thalia and how she thinks that the fleece could bring her back. And I know I've been wondering kind of all season, does Luke know that the fleece could bring back Thalia? Because it does seem like in the book that he does. It seems like here he does not. In fact, he says he does not. Like, he does not, like, Kronos did not tell him this part, which is very interesting because I feel like that is a good way to manipulate Luke.
mm-hmm.
Like, why would Kronos not want him to think that they could get Thalia back?
Yeah.
I mean, unless Kronos doesn't know, but I can't believe that. Like, I feel like Kronos would have to know.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. But the way that Luke is like, no, if we could bring Thalia back, Kronos would have told me. Clearly not. And then Annabeth is like, well, why don't you ask him to tell you the truth? What? that when has that ever worked? And then Luke kind of gets his Kronos headache. And it's very interesting that Allison didn't get the Kronos headache, but Percy and Luke both get the like head pain whenever Kronos talks to them. So
Yeah.
interesting. Maybe that indicates like how locked in someone is to the Kronos mission. I don't know, but something to watch out for. And I love like as Luke gets his like Kronos headache, Annabeth gives up on pretending to be tied up because every time someone has come in post Percy cutting her free, she has like stuck her arms back under the blankets and pretended to still be tied up. But what the second Luke's attention is not on her, she like gives up on that and just walks away. Incredible. Just leaves. And I also like a detail that struck me is Annabeth telling Luke that neither of them were there with Thalia at the end, and so neither of them saw what happened. So, like, no one really knows what happened with Thalia. So then I'm like, why did we just, like, take whoever's word for it that, like, Thalia's a tree now? Like, if no one saw it happen, no one saw her get treed. What?
Yeah.
Then back to our staff lounge mythomagic game, Allison comes in and says Kronos has told her that they need to kill Annabeth. I'm sure he did.
Allison is just, she's a jealous bitch. Let's be so real.
Do love that, despite what their priorities were going in, Clarisse and Percy both sort of get intel for the opposite goal. Like, Percy hears from Luke exactly where the fleece is, like that it's on Kronos' sarcophagus, and then Clarisse hears that they're gonna go kill Annabeth, and so they sort of have to switch their goals, and so Percy has to go after the fleece, and Clarisse has to go after Annabeth. Love, teamwork.
Yes.
My Percy Clarisse besties agenda is it's happening. This is a win. And the choice to have no one guarding the fleece on the sarcophagus is nuts.
Yeah.
Like, everyone went to go kill this 13-year-old girl, and so no one is watching the fleece?
Like, come on.
Just. And then we get our first, like, Kronos voice moment, because Kronos speaks to Percy. So, the Kronos gang has rolled up to kill Annabeth, but surprise, she's gone. She's not in her bed. She does have her knife again, so yay. Back to Percy. Kronos says he knew he would return, and he offers to start telling him the great prophecy if he'll leave the fleece. And then he just starts saying it. Like, this was so surprising to me. I mean, he's saying the right prophecy. Like, he's not lying. And he gives us more of the prophecy than I thought we were going to get. Like, I didn't think we were going to get past a half-blood of the eldest god shall reach 16 against all odds. But he just keeps going.
Mm-hmm.
And we get the see the world and in the sleep, the hero's soul, cursed blade. And then Percy kind of talks over the end of it and is like, okay, I decided, and takes the fleece. It's more of the prophecy than I expected.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, I guess, you have to consider that the characters don't know that Kronos is telling the truth. Only we, as book readers, know that Kronos is telling the truth. So, like, Percy has no way of knowing if this is a real prophecy or not, but I do, and I'm shocked. And then, okay, I have a... Because Luke turns up as Percy is there clutching the fleece.
Mhm.
And Luke says, "It was you when the door opened. She lied." And he looks so devastated to learn that, like, Annabeth lied. And I'm like, did she really lie? Like, what is he is he assuming that she lied about the Thalia thing? Is it just the, like, lie of omission, like not telling him that Percy was there? Like, I don't understand what he's so devastated about.
Mm. Yeah, it's a bit odd. Like, what are you talking about, buddy?
Did I miss something? Because I guess I could have, but he just looks so sad.
Yeah, like, buddy, what are you talking about?
Then, back to our friends who are trying to kill Annabeth. Allison, like, calls out, "Sorry about this, Annabeth, but Kronos' orders were clear," as if that makes things better. Like, oh, the orders were clear? Okay, then it's
Yeah.
fine. And this cannot be correct archery form. I don't know anything about archery, but, like, her elbow is, like, in the air, and, like, it looks awkward. Right? I mean, do you know anything about archery?
Only from the one scene in Princess Diaries when she's learning how to do a flaming arrow.
Right, yes. See, I was thinking the Hunger Games, but I was like, I feel like it's always like you go straight back.
I don't know.
Googling proper archery form. Yeah, you want to go straight back. So her elbow is definitely way too high in the air. And she's supposed to be a child of Apollo.
Come on.
There was no one on set that could correct that archery form? Alright. Not to hate, respectfully. And so, kind of iconic that Clarisse comes in and is like, 5 against 1, my kind of odds. It's just, it's iconic. I love her. And then my next 2 bullet points are literally just, the boys are fighting with a bunch of G's, and then the girls are also fighting with a bunch of G's. And honestly, once again, Clarisse is doing much better than Percy is. Like, Percy does not have an impressive showing in any fight this season, I don't think. I mean, this is probably his best fight so far, but
Mhm.
I mean, it's still not great.
Luke kind of gets his ass.
Yeah. And we also get to see Annabeth kick old Chris Rodriguez in the face. Like season 1 Chris.
Old Chris Rodriguez.
Well, I mean, we all thought he was like real Chris Rodriguez, and then all of a sudden it was like, well, just to bring up Chris Rodriguez, the whole time I've been like, we are going to see Chris Rodriguez on the Princess Andromeda. That's why he didn't go on Clarisse's quest. Chris is nowhere to be found. What's going on with Chris? I am waiting. I am waiting for the payoff with the Chris thing. Maybe whenever this big, like, camp-wide battle happens, he's gonna join the Luke side. What's going on with Chris? Because why would they have Clarisse pick him as a quest companion if it wasn't gonna be important?
Yeah.
What's going on with Chris Rodriguez? Also, I love that Percy and Luke kind of go crashing into the coffin, and then Luke has to go and, like, pick it up, and so that's what gives Percy time to get away. Incredible. But he leaves Annabeth's hat behind.
Yeah, what the hell? First of all, I never understood why he took it off. Like, it's so useful to be invisible the whole time.
Because it's itchy, I'm sure.
Well, get over it.
Yeah, but also, like, how far does the invisibility extend? Because I feel like once you're picking stuff up, because I don't think the fleece would also be invisible, right?
No, but like...
Then it would just be like the fleece floating down the hall.
Well, I still think there's like some advantage so you can't exactly see. I don't know. But if he wears it, like if he sticks it under his shirt, does it become invisible?
It's a great question. What are the limits of the invisibility?
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Because obviously his clothes are, if he's wearing it.
Well, yeah, maybe if he did like a fleece situation like they did on the island, it would be invisible. Like if you put it around him.
Yeah.
It's a good point. Also, now that I'm thinking about it, because as I was watching the episode to like take notes for this, I was like, oh, I have to pay attention to when he gets the hat back. Does he get the hat back?
I don't think he does.
I don't think they picked the hat up.
So does that mean Luke has the hat? Is that going to be a plot point later?
Where's the hat? Where's the hat?
Where's the...
Oh my gosh, where is the hat? Did they leave the hat laying on the floor of the Princess Andromeda?
What the hell?
I need Luke to not have any more of Annabeth's possessions.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, did they not pick up the hat? Oh my gosh. That's her hat! Okay, anyway. Also, then Percy just gets, like, stabbed through the elevator door.
That was crazy.
That was so crazy. And it's so dramatic for what? Like, he kind of sinks down to the floor of the elevator and is like, oh, I'm bleeding. And it's like, dude, you have the magical healing blanket right there. Like, just put it on.
Yeah.
But no, instead they, like, fade to black, cut to commercial before he puts the fleece on, which, like, alright. And then Clarisse, once again an icon, goes, I needed that after taking down pretty much single-handedly 5 people. Ugh! The woman you are. Anyway, also did give me a giggle the way that Annabeth tells Clarisse, Percy went after the fleece. Clarisse is like, you think this sea twerp can get it himself? And then they start hearing all the alarms. She goes, well, that doesn't mean he got it. But Annabeth kind of looks at her like, dude. And she's like, yeah, okay. Incredible. And the other thing, I'm like, there's no blood left behind in the elevator. Like, you were just stabbed.
Yeah.
Did the fleece clean up the blood as well?
Just absorbed the blood, I guess.
But then also, like, someone either would have had to clean the blood off of Annabeth, or the fleece also took care of her blood. Which I could see it going either way. I could see Luke taking, like, a wet towel and, like, gently cleaning the blood off Annabeth's head.
Yeah, I can see that. I feel like that would be more likely, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, when it comes to her, he's pretty tender.
Yeah.
And then we throw some more people overboard because we love to do that. This time it's Blackjack, because Annabeth and Clarisse come face to face with some more Kronos people. Blackjack flies in, the shot from the, like, next week on, and Blackjack, like, throws some people overboard. Love that. Icon. Then they say, that's Luke's Pegasus. But Percy rolls up and is like, no, he's not. Because that's Percy's Pegasus now. Percy is boss.
Mm-hmm.
And because I'm really smart and I'm really good at predictions, I was right. Clarisse is going to take Blackjack back to camp. Once again, there is no urgency here. I was so stressed watching this scene. I was like, girl, go. Go. Especially because they say really early on in the scene, like, it's important to get the fleece there as quickly as possible. And then they, like, have this heart-to-heart and, like, argue about, like, why are you letting me win? And, like, Percy has to apologize for, like, throwing her prophecy in her face and, like, explain to her that, oh, it probably didn't mean that you were gonna fail, it just meant that, like, you needed friends to succeed, and then now you're gonna fly home alone. And I was like, guys, we can talk about this later. Like, girl, get on that horse.
Yeah, let's do this later.
Let's go. But, you know, we defeat evil with the power of friendship. You love to see it.
Mm-hmm.
And then I probably wrote, girl, go. Clarisse, go. Seriously, go. Like 4 times. Just while I was watching them have this conversation. Because it went on for so long. I was like, we don't have time for this.
Yeah.
It was almost giving the Minotaur fight from season 1, when they, like, stopped in the middle to have, like, the Sally Percy heart-to-heart, which is, like, so emotional and so great, but, like, it stresses me out more that they are not continuing to run. I was like, guys, maybe we could have saved everyone if you hadn't stopped to have this heart-to-heart. Anyway, and then we get to one of my very favorite details in the episode, so much so that I made it my little intro this week. There is a blue Prius. There was a blue Prius. And pictures of this, when they were filming it, leaked. And I remember the internet kind of talking about, like, why is Sally driving a blue Prius? Like, that's not Sally's car. And it appears that it is still not Sally's car, because Percy rolls up and is like, guys, whose car is this? And then is, like, shocked to see his mom driving it, implying that it is in fact not her car. And there is a bumper sticker on the back that says, I'd rather be teaching. Mm-hmm. So, cinema. This is incredible to me. But also, this bumper sticker is a lie, because if you are having a romantic getaway in Montauk with Sally frickin' Jackson, you want to tell me that you would rather be doing your job? Absolutely not.
Mr. Homo over here would rather be doing his job.
But, like, this is the kind of fan fiction that I want them to write. Like, I need more on the Sally and Paul of it all, because, like, obviously, you know, we are implying that this is Paul's car.
Mhm.
And so Percy, I mean, I guess we don't actually know when Sally and Paul start in the books, because Percy is not actually aware until Titan's Curse, which is, 5-6 months from now. And he, calls his mom and sees her on the couch with this guy who she has met in one of her writing classes. So I guess Sally and Paul could have had something going on before this, but I'm very interested. Like, how serious are they? Like, serious enough that he trusts her to take his car?
Yeah.
Serious enough that they are probably in Montauk together?
Mhm. At the beach house?
Yeah, and I'm like, okay, because I'm like, there are a couple options. Like, either she met him in Montauk, which would honestly be kind of cute because that's also where she met Poseidon. Like, it'd be cute if she met, Paul there too. Or, she met him in New York, same as she did in the book, and they are serious enough that she's taking him to the cabin that she spends summers with Percy
Mhm.
at. Like, that feels very serious to me. But it's also like not serious enough that Percy knows yet.
Yeah.
So I'm a little bit like, okay, what are we? I want to know. And I feel like they might not give me more of the lore on Sally and Paul, because also I was saying another thing I wanted was to learn how Annabeth and Sally met for the first time.
Mhm.
And Annabeth is definitely in the car with Sally here. So they have officially met. And we didn't get like an introduction or anything. So maybe they already met before
Mhm.
this and we didn't see it. So this is the kind of stuff that I wish that they would give
Yeah.
me. And I know we have very limited time because we only have 8 episodes in a season, but
Come
like
on.
that's the kind of stuff that not to make it fan fiction again, but like that's the stuff that I love in fanfics. Like I love to see the missing scenes and things. And so I would love to get more of that background information, but it's fine. So anyway, speaking of our Blue Prius situation, Annabeth is yapping everybody's ears off about Thalia coming back like it is a sure thing. And Percy is very in his feels about this.
He's doing the thing like where you're on the school bus and you're playing sad music while you stare out the window.
As you watch the rain like drip down the
Yeah,
window.
that's what it's
Yes.
giving.
And I'm like, is he more upset because he feels like he's going to lose Annabeth, or because now he might not be the most important demigod, or now he might not be Annabeth's favorite demigod? Like, honestly, it's all of the above, probably, but poor kid. And his mom's kind of the only one who clocks that he's in his feels here. And so I I'm so curious about how we are going to get Thalia back. Like, cuz I feel like it's got to be a big thing. Like it's got to be big, it's got to be flashy, probably literally with like lightning and stuff. So, I don't know, do you have any predictions or thoughts on the return of Thalia?
Not really, other than like I don't know, I feel like the pacing of the season has been a bit off. And so I don't want to say like it would be anticlimactic if it ended how they do it in the book, but it kind of would be because there's still so much that they have to do.
Right.
I feel like, and we have like a whole nother episode. Like they're not gonna end the episode on her, you know,
Yeah.
like suddenly becoming human.
Right. Especially because like that works as like the final thing of the book just because it sort of comes out of nowhere. Like you never really even consider that this is a thing that could happen,
Right.
but because we're already talking like this is a sure thing, like Thalia is coming back.
Yeah.
I don't think you can end the season on that.
Yeah.
I think I think it will definitely happen in the second half of the episode, at least.
Mm-hmm.
Just because I think because Annabeth is like, we could get back to camp and she could already be there. I don't think she will be. I think there might be some angst from Annabeth about like, why hasn't Thalia come back yet? Why hasn't Thalia come back yet?
Mm-hmm.
I think just based on like predictions I've seen people make online and trying to piece together all the little like clips and things that we've gotten, I sort of wonder if it's going to happen during this big battle that's coming.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because I also think Camp Half Blood can't take on Kronos' forces. Like, that's always been the case. Like, they sort of get lucky every time it happens. And so you kind of have to think, like, how could they get lucky? Because, like, in the fourth book, they get lucky because Grover causes the panic and the forces retreat. In The Last Olympian, they get lucky because Luke changes sides and defeats Kronos, and then that sort of takes all the wind out of their sails and they sort of give up. I think in a full assault, like, Camp Half Blood is going to lose.
Yeah.
And so I'm wondering if it will be like the barrier is sort of restored. There's like a big lightning situation where the barrier like just sort of starts shooting lightning. Cause I'm thinking about like when Tyson crashed into it and it like kind of threw him and shocked him and all that jazz. Like, I don't know. I'm envisioning lightning. And I think that's just like, because Thalia, and also that dream.
It has to be some kind of a spectacle, you know?
Yeah. And they keep showing us clips of that dream. Like when Percy is thinking about Thalia in the car, he thinks of that dream again where she looks out from the hood and then like shocks him. And there is a clip of Percy where he looks like he's smoking and he like sinks to his knees. And I'm like, I feel like Percy is going to get hit with some lightning when Thalia comes back.
Yeah.
And I think it's going to be an accident. I hope it's going to be an accident, but like I think, or maybe I don't hope it's going to be, well, okay. I hope it's not going to be an accident, but like once they know each other, you know? Because I do think that she should shock him a little in season 3, but that's, yeah. I don't know. I just like, I want it to be explosive. And I know there's a little clip that appears to be Percy in a bed in the infirmary with Annabeth and Grover. And so I'm like, maybe he almost dies because of Thalia. I don't know. But there's also like there's other clips too that we have to get in there in some way, because we also like he's got to talk to his father at some point. There's like a clip from one of the trailers in which Percy is laying on the floor and like Backbiter swings downward and then is stopped by what looks to be maybe a trident. So like I don't know what's going to happen, and I'm actually like incredibly excited to see where this is going now that I have decided that like this is its own separate thing. This is a fan fiction of sorts, cuz now I feel like I can just enjoy episode 8 as like
and bonus content.
Here it is. Yeah, like this is I'm having fun again. I'm having fun again. And also, like, I know I was like, I don't think I liked 5. I think I'm also coming around to 5. Like, I'm very easy to, like, I change my mind all the time. You can convince me I'm wrong. Like, I'm not that, like, set in my opinions. So, it's fine. I'm so fascinated to see where this is going. It's either going to be epic or it's going to be disappointing.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Guess we'll find out.
So, kind of our final scene of the episode, Luke asks Kronos why he didn't tell him about the fleece being able to bring Thalia back. And Kronos literally, like, brings him to his knees. We, again, don't hear what Kronos has to say to Luke. And Luke says, "Please, I'm loyal. I've sacrificed everything for you." He says, "Then prove it. The barrier still stands. The time for mercy is over. Join our forces, burn camp to the ground, and kill the son of Poseidon." Because of course. And I wonder if this was like I wonder if the Thalia of it all is a new plan for Kronos. Like he has recognized that he can't use Percy. Percy is never going to be on his side. And so he's like, kill him and we'll use Thalia instead. Maybe. I'm curious where we're going.
You're having fun again.
I'm in it. I'm along for the ride. I am having fun again. I also think it's also just I was also editing the last episode and I was like, oh my god, I sound so tired. Like you could hear how tired I sounded. So like it's been some busy weeks, but we're back, baby.
We're so back.
And better than ever, dare I say. Okay, so a big question that I have that I want your thoughts on. Do you think someone is going to die in this battle? AKA, do you think they're going to kill off Allison?
Oh, I hope so.
Because I've seen that floating around. I also haven't heard or seen anything about her being in season 3. Not that that means anything, because I also hadn't heard or seen anything about old Chris Rodriguez being in season 2, so, like, they can keep things secret. I'm nervous for her, but also there's a part of me that hopes that we keep it to where Bianca is kind of the first time that we realize people can die. Because I think that really hits in season 3 which, I mean, I guess if you kill off Allison, it's still not like someone on our team can die.
Yeah.
They also, in the, like, next week on, they show Annabeth's sister Bronte, like, very obviously, and I was like, oh no, should I be worried for her? Perhaps I'm just looking for things, because I'm like, I don't know what this episode is going to be, so I'm, like, grasping at straws, trying to be like,
yeah,
what's happening?
Huh.
What a season of TV that we're experiencing.
That's a good one.
I have fun with this one once I get over the, like, oh, this is not the book.
Yeah.
You know? Perhaps I'm just in my feels about people calling me a book purist online because I made a joke about men on Cersei's Island, and I was like, I'm not a book purist, guys.
Okay, I need everyone to back off my girl Mal.
I'm just gay, and I love women's spaces.
Everyone back up on Mal. I swear to God.
And people, like, felt like they had permission to, like, come into the podcast DMs and, like, be racist.
Who the hell are you?
And I was like, guys, what? I had someone message me and tell me that they weren't watching the show because Annabeth is black.
What the fuck?
And I can't prove that it was connected to that video, but that's, like, the first... It's not even... I didn't even mean it as, like, being negative towards the show, but, like, it's the first, I guess, could be construed as negative towards the show thing I've ever posted. And then I got that. Then I also got a comment that just, like, straight up was like, well, being gay is wrong. And I was like, okay! Like...
Girl, what year is it? Get the hell out of here.
Guys, I didn't mean anything by it. I'm just... It was a silly jokey joke. God forbid a girl make a silly jokey joke online.
Who are these people? God, get a life.
Like, the podcast is blocking people online now. I've never had to block anyone before, because we also, like, have never... I mean, we're growing, you know? We've never had this many followers before, and so it's very, like, new to me to actually, like, post things and, like, have people see them and interact with them. And I am seeing the ugly side of that the last few weeks, and I don't like it. Please be nice to me online.
I will fight you if you're mean to Mal. And if you're a racist or homophobic or anything like that, kill yourself.
Yeah. To be clear, anytime that I'm like, hey, I don't love this thing that the show did, I'm still having a great time. Like, I still love the show. Even when an episode is not what I wanted it to be, like, I'm having a great time, and we should all be having a great time, I think. Anyway, we got one more episode, so 8-episode seasons just go so fast.
They really do. I can't believe we're at the end already. I'm excited to see what they do with this. I really am.
Me too. I am very interested. Yeah, well, we will be back for one final season 2 episode next week.
Crazy.
Can't believe we're already here. I guess we'll see you all on the other side. Hi, thanks for listening. As always, you can find us on whatever social media platform you prefer at DemigodDebutPod, or feel free to send us an email to demigoddebut@gmail.com. If you like this podcast, please leave us a rating and review wherever it is you are listening. We'll see you next time. Bye!